Greetings, Virgo and Virgo rising. This is your Western forecast for July 2025. The sun is in Cancer the last week of June through the first 3 weeks of July. The sun is shining on your 11th house sector. This is where your priorities, this is where you're lighting up, because Cancer is 11 signs past Virgo. The 11th house is the house of friendships, group activities, organizations. It's also about your future or looking at your long-range future goals. And the sun, every year when it's in Cancer, any of those areas, maybe all of those areas, will be lighting up and be much more of interest for you. But Jupiter, as I talked about in last month's video, went into Cancer, as it does once every 12 years. Jupiter will be in Cancer from June 2025 to the end of June 2026. Jupiter in Cancer, of all the 12 signs, Jupiter gives its best blessings and lucks and potential when it's transiting through Cancer. Because in astrology, Cancer is the exalted sign for Jupiter. Jupiter is also already the planet of prosperity and optimism. It wants to seek knowledge. It wants to expand and explore the world. And it can give its best promises when it's transiting Cancer. And Jupiter in Cancer is in the 11th house from Virgo. So this whole next year, everything the 11th house represents is going to really expand. So, expanding your network, because it's the sector of friendships and group activities. So it's expanding your network, your social network, friends, or organizations, 11th house, may support your dreams and goals, collaborations, or the launching of new with group projects. You could be feeling really hopeful and optimistic about your long-range plans and goals and dreams over the next year. But with the sun in Cancer, and Jupiter in Cancer, the sun is putting a real spotlight. So right here at the end of June, the first 3 weeks of July, you're getting really, excuse me, you're getting excited about your future, about collaborating in group projects, getting involved with a movement, a community. And with Jupiter, there's a lot of support, there's a lot of growth and optimism. Now, outside of Jupiter in Cancer for the next 12 months, which is a big deal, deals with your future, your friendships, collaborations, community for Virgo and Virgo rising. There's a couple of also very important planetary events I want to discuss. Uranus, progressive, innovative, radical Uranus is changing signs and going into Gemini July the 6th. It's once every 84 years. And it will be there through 2033. The other thing I want to be discussing is your ruling planet Mercury. The ruling planet for your chart is where it helps you define your life purpose, what really interests you, what really matters to you. And Mercury is all about information, communications. Mercury, your ruling planet, is going retrograde July the 17th through August the 10th. And one more big event is ambitious, aggressive, athletic Mars is in Virgo once every 2 years from June the 17th through August the 6th. So we got to talk about Uranus in Gemini, Mercury going retrograde, Mars in Virgo. But before I break this down, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. Let's start with Uranus. Uranus is this freedom-loving, breakthrough, always looking to the future, very original, progressive energies. Uranus is in the sign of Gemini for the next 8 years, once every 84 years. Gemini is the sign of information, communications. Uranus is all this advancement, all this new technology with communications and information. And this is very positive energy for the world. But Gemini is 10 signs past Virgo. So radical, revolutionary, progressive, future-oriented Uranus is entering, for the only time in your life, the 10th house of career. And that is a career revolution. Radical new changes, new innovation. Technology may be a major theme. That's Uranus. Media, education may all play a larger role. Sudden changes in your professional status and reputation. If in these next 8 years you could, become in the media spotlight, or what happens if you are inventing, that's Uranus, some kind of major new technology or invention that really impacts your business. Now, Venus is the planet of love and desire and creativity. And bringing Venus up, Venus is in Gemini, July the 4th through the 30th. Venus goes into Gemini once a year. But this month, it's being ignited with Uranus. Now, Uranus will be there for the next 8 years. Venus will be in Gemini once a year for the next 8 years and beyond. So this is going to happen once a year, but this is the first time that it's really triggering all these desires creatively, romantically, that could be setting the theme for the next 8 years. Now, having Venus in aligning with Uranus could be in general for the world, like sudden infatuations, creative breakthroughs, a desire for freedom in love or innovation in art. But this Venus-Uranus together, joining forces in July, in your 10th house sector, can bring you public recognition, unexpected praise, because Venus is that popularity, or romance through the career, a surprise promotion, or a stylistic shift in how you present yourself in your career. Could be suddenly falling in love or an infatuation with someone in authority or at your job. Of authority could indicate somebody older, but it certainly could be bringing in all these exciting new ideas that people could really resonate with. Now, Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. Mercury is the planet of information, communications, learning, ideas. Mercury has been in your 12th house from June the 26th to September the 21st, at which point the Mercury goes into Virgo at the end of September into October and is really strong because Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So when it goes into Virgo once a year, it's at home, it's really strong. And when it's in your sign, you're able to communicate better, brainstorm ideas. But now the Mercury, from the end of June, is in your 12th house. What's going on behind the scenes? This is a time when your mind, Mercury, is being turned inward. Introspection, meditation, great for journaling, spiritual insights. But the retrograde is a time of revising, repairing, rethinking, reassessing. So when the Mercury goes retrograde on the 17th of July, it could stir up hidden thoughts or repressed memories, or there could be a lot of secrets going on, a lot of information that you're keeping hidden or you're not being privy to, and others are keeping information hidden from you. It can always look to the positive. The 12th house could be a time to pull within, to study, to research, to go on a spiritual quest, spending really quiet time at a retreat, especially in ashram. That could play out more positively. But many people will tend to, with Mercury in retrograde in the 12th house, is being more depressed, more unsure about where their life is going. So that's going to be on the back burner. But it's not going to be so bad this time because Mercury will retrograde in your 12th house. Not every year, but every couple of years it's going to happen. But Mars, ambitious, aggressive, assertive Mars, is in Virgo June the 17th through August the 6th. And having your warrior, ambitious, aggressive Mars in your sign or rising sign, you're being so much more confident, so much more assertive and aggressive. And so you could be, with the Mars in Virgo, really pushing forwards. But with Mercury in retrograde in your 12th house of the shadow, you could be secretly really worried and having anxiety, but it's not stopping you. It's pushing through, especially with Uranus now entering into your 10th house of careers, when there's so much opportunity to really advance, especially with technology, inventions, new media. It could just be that all this is exploding for you, but the Mercury in retrograde, you could be secretly having a lot of self-doubts, not having a lot of confidence, but you will after Mercury goes into Virgo at the end of September. So I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co. That's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.